Hey everybody, it's time for another hobby vlog. I'm your host Morten, and this is another hobby vlog, obviously. So, as I said last week, I was gonna start working on my Dwarf Rangers, and I have worked on those, but not as much as I expected, because suddenly I had this strange desire to do something different, something completely different. And I don't mean Marvel. I mean, obviously, I've done a bit of that, and there's no new miniatures right now from that game that I'm interested in right now. But as you see from the title, I painted a ruin, or I should say, some ruins of Osgiliath. And I have had them laying around for about a year. Slightly over a year, actually. I think I got them in January of 2014. No, 15. Yeah, 15. Basically, I got them the week that the news broke that they went out of production, and I called Games Workshop in Copenhagen and I said, "Do you have any left? Because I believe you have." And they're like, "Yes, we sold one last week. We have one left now. Do you want me to say to hide it away for you?" And I was like, "Yes, do that. I'll come. I'll hurry up and I'll come right now. I'll go buy those runes for Osgiliath." So I did that, yeah, and then what I did was I just assembled them right away, and sort of forgot about them. I was sort of like, I'm gonna work on these later, and over a year later I still hadn't assembled them, which seemed kind of stupid. So now, well, I had assembled them but not painted them, so that seemed kind of stupid. So I went now and I was like, I'm gonna do this. I've painted a little bit of terrain before, but the only other Games Workshop kit I've done is the Goblin Town set. And that was a while ago. That was quite a while ago that I did the Goblin Town terrain from the Escape from Goblin Town set. I haven't done the big box of just Goblin Town stuff yet. But anyway, how about we just go and look at the ruins of Osgiliath, and then afterwards we'll take a short look at the dwarves, who I haven't gotten that far yet, but let's do that. And here we have it. It's the ruins of Osgiliath. Let's see, I hope we can get a pretty good look at it. It seems to be slightly shadowy right here in the dark, but, well, not in the dark, it's not dark at all. But anyway, yeah. I've seen that most people seem to go for like a white stone, and I guess that's because that's what Osgiliath is in the movies. But that is not what I went for. I went for a grey. I based it on Dawnstone, which I took and dry brushed all over the miniature. I guess you can call it that, the scenery. As you see before that, during the assembly, I decided to line some of the places where you glued together, and then I added some little sand and stone, because I just thought it would partly help it stick together better, and also like cover some of the slightly more jarring connections, and I think that looks good. So anyway, I dry brushed all of it except for the tree over here with Dawnstone, and then I went over it afterwards and I washed it with Norn oil, and I washed it with Akrax Earthshade. And what I then did after that was I went around the bottom of the entire thing. I can't see if you can see it. Let's take one of the statues. If you can see it, get the sun. Where's the sun? I'm in a room full of windows. There should be sun. There. And you see that around the bottom, I used Rhinox hide to give the idea that mud had sort of splashed up on the miniatures, or on the scenery. And I think that effect worked quite well. And what I did afterwards was that I highlighted the entire thing, again except for the tree over here, the wood stuff, with what's it called? I'm trying to remember. Palette Witch Flesh, because that is the method I use in most rock. And anyway, the reason I probably forgot to say that I decided to do the entire thing in Dawnstone was because I wanted it to fit more like standard structures, or maybe dwarvish structures, or also the bad guys, and just to not just be a Osgiliath. And yeah, we have the kings here. And the reason I just moved all this stuff is because I'm just trying to see where I get the best angle. This seemed to be not the best light. Maybe the light was better before. Yeah, I think it was. So let's just pick this piece off, because this is the piece that has... There we go. This is the piece that has the wood on it, which I based on Morten brown. Then I used the same two shades as before, Agrax Earthshade and non-oil. The Agrax I didn't put, just as with the rugs. The Agrax was put very unevenly on, while the non-oil was even. I used the Agrax mostly to give the idea of dirt, and that's also what I've done in many places on the stone. And what I've also done is then I highlighted it with Steel Legion Drab. That's basically what I've done. That's all the paint I've done to these. Let's just pick up another piece of it to get a good look at. You see the effects of the washes to give this dirty look, this uneven dirty look. I think that works quite well. Also because some places the Agrax wash will merge with the Rhinox hide that I used to give a good spill from one to the other. So that has worked really well, and I'm very happy with these runes. I think this assembly took about an hour or two back when I did that. It's quite a while ago, and then painting it all took about 4 hours, because you also have to wait for all the washes to dry and that stuff. So yeah, those are my runes of Osgiliath. And let's look at the second thing that I've worked on this week. Here we have it. Or do we? Yes, here we have it. It is the 4 Dwarfish Rangers that I've started working on. As you know, I need to paint 8 more of these guys, well, including these. So once these are done, I have 4 left. And they are painted obviously in the same style as my other dwarves. It's going to be lots of blue and grey. There's some brown in there, and they're going to be in the snowy terrain. And if you've seen the vlogs of me painting any of my other dwarves, see, can we get a good look here? Oh, we almost did. We almost did. Don't want the focus on my finger. We want the focus on the dwarf. Thank you. Obviously, I have gone into detail before on how I work on these dwarves, but so far I've basically done the skin, the beards, and I've done the base layer of the cloak and the first shading of non-oil. And that is all I've done on these 4 so far. So there's really not much more to tell you this week. I'm very happy about getting the runes done. You're going to see them soon in the battle report, a couple of weeks probably. But besides that, there's not much to say other than I'm going to go right now and work on these dwarfs some more. But yeah, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Support your Hobbit hobby. And happy strategy battle gaming. Goodbye, guys.